You have a question? Oh, yes, I have an answer. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. This is another episode of Ask James. Let's get down into this letter. It says, "Hey James, first, I love your videos. Thank you. You always make me laugh and always keep it 100. So here's my problem, and I need your advice, James. I am 24 years old. I've been dating this guy for about 6 months now. He is funny. We have great chemistry, but prior to our relationship, he had a girlfriend of 7 years. The girlfriend has a daughter that's not his. She is 10 years old, so he basically helped raise her. He insists on having a relationship with the child, which means he will have to see the mother, the ex-girlfriend. I'm uncomfortable with it. I don't like it at all. James, I know you will keep it real with me, so please tell me, am I being selfish, or do you think I should just walk away from this situation altogether? Help. Thank you." Okay. Now let's get into this. And I'm only going off of what you've actually said, and I'm going to tell you, don't you dare. Don't you dare walk away from this situation. Do you understand what you just explained to me? You literally just explained to me a good man, not a good boy, not some nice little fella that you've run into. You explained to us about a good man, a man who was willing to take up with a woman who already at the time had what would have been a 3-year-old child. Step into that home, step into that relationship, and raise that child like she was his. And they made it out 7 years. Their thing ran its course, and then it kind of broke off. And you didn't say anything about a bad breakup. You didn't say, that there was this turmoil, because one, he's so good that he still wants to be a part of the child's life, because at this point, he don't even see her like that. It sounds, she's his child. That's a good man. Those are the men that you hang on to. I don't know why her mama didn't hang on to him, but whatever. For whatever reason, their ship's passed and it's done. But he sounds like a keeper to me. He has to be good for her to even want to be at a point that he still has relationship with her daughter. He couldn't be this terrible individual. You know what I mean? If he was really a dirty dog or beating her or something like that, do you think that she would let him be a part of her daughter's life if she's not his biological child? So for me, just going by what you said, you explained a good man to me. I'll take one. I'll take one, and you better not make yours available. You hang on to that man, because it don't seem like you all have any problems other than some insecurities that you're dealing with. And that's what you're going to do, my darling. You're going to deal with whatever your insecurities are, and you're going to move forward, and you're going to build a good life with this good man, and your good stepchild is what you need to go ahead and do. There's no competition between you and the child. And I'm going to go to one of my favorite songs by K. Michelle, which is Maybe I Should Call. And she explains her whole story. It's actually about her relationship with Idris Elba. But she explains this whole thing. Same type of relationship. They got together. He had a woman that was already pregnant before he and her got in. So there was no infidelity or anything like that. Kay actually let her feelings about the pregnancy and the other woman who he wasn't really thinking about so much. She kind of, I think she literally, in the end of it all, she drove him literally back to the other woman. You know what I mean? Or to a new woman, whatever. She drove him away with her insecurities. And then at the end of it all, she regretted what it was she was doing. So this is what I'm telling you, my love. Please don't find yourself in a position where you're regretting ruining your situation and pushing your man away about some feelings you have, because you haven't said anything to me that would tell me that you should have these feelings. You haven't said anything to me that would say that the other woman poses any type of a threat to you. It sounds to me like you're fine. All he wants is you in relationship with his daughter. And I'm telling you, as soon as I was reading the letter, it brought that song to me. I love that song. And there's that whole piece in there where she said, I love him, I love him, I love him, I love him, I love him. And she's literally regretting what she has done, how she tore up her whole relationship. She ruined her relationship. She ended her relationship. Not him, not the other woman. And the whole thing, that's what she said. Is there any room in your heart for me? Because I can't compete with a baby. You're right. You can't compete with a baby. You can't. You can't compete with a baby. The baby was there first. The baby gonna be there if you decide to go. Don't ruin what you have going on. Don't do it. Keep your man, get to know your stepdaughter, and make a decent life and be cool. And even down the road, if you have some children, don't play. You're not going to win. You can't. You cannot win against a small person. It just does not work. And I don't think her mother is an issue. I really don't. If he wanted her, he'd be with her. So I'm telling you, don't ruin what you have going on. Don't end up in the position that K. Michelle ended up in, which was nothing but a ball of regret. And every time I've seen that child interview about that situation, it always goes back to how she messed it up and how she regrets it. Do not put yourself in that position. She ended up with a whole goddamn album about it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So that is my advice to you. Go get your man, girl, and go meet your stepdaughter and be done with it. Don't worry about it. You all right? All right? Okay. Later. You have something you need to get off your chest or something you need some help with? I'll give it my best shot. Send me an email to spillitboy@gmail.com, and in the title line, you want to put Hey James to make sure that I actually see it. If you don't put Hey James in the subject line, I'm not going to see it. It's going to continue to be an issue. So send me an email and we'll talk about it. Later.